Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and install the first window that I plan on leaving in. And the reason I'm installing a window before I've finished the ceiling is because I feel like it is safe enough with the way I'm installing everything up top to get things buttoned up a little more dry, really. That's the drying it in is the priority here. And so I'm going to go ahead and just show you this one. The one on the other side of the door will be the same as this one exactly. And I may or may not do that one right away just based on the fact that it's right there under the ladder. And so we'll see how this one goes. Alright, well that window is in. There's a little shimming space on the top. I'm going to frame around that. I'm not worried about that. And I decided it was going to be easier to leave that gap instead of trying to place an exact shim, since it's going to be not quite fitting on this side. You can see there, that's not going in. Over here it would have been fine. But I'd rather just have a little wiggle space. And what you saw there with that first window is what I didn't realize. It's a mistake I'm going to have to fix. But this window is about an inch shorter and 4 inches thinner than that window out here, which I measured one of instead of two. Oh, and hey, it's snowing. So this area definitely is not getting a window right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover the top because it looks like it's gonna start having a good snow for a few hours. It's supposed to snow for the next 4 or 5 hours, and we'll see. Because I've got screws in less than 2 inches away from the edge on either side, I'm gonna have to be real careful to fix this, and we'll see how it goes. That's one of those things I really probably will want to get a circular saw again for, because I don't want to be tearing through those with the chainsaw. It's just not going to be a realistic or safe thing to do. But going through with the Steel Demon blade from Diablo, I won't have any worries about any of the metal. So I'll take the frame off, all the screws out of there, and then I'll measure out where it needs to be and trim it right, make a new frame, and then that window will be put in. Unfortunately, I missed the boat on that, not realizing that they were not identical, and that would have been a lot easier and would have been done by now. But that's that for now. First window is in, and I'll have to frame around it, of course, but from the outside, that's what it's looking like. See if I can go around and show you. So that's what it looks like, and then it'll get a nice little frame around it. And so that's one. So I'll build up the frame so I can end up closing that gap. But we'll see how it ends up, and you'll see it when I get it done. Anyways, that's the first window that I don't plan on taking out until this thing finds a permanent home away from where it's at. So thank you for joining me, and I'm gonna go get things covered up before they get too snowy up top. All right, I went ahead and put another piece up top that I cut. Just took some convincing. Just hammer it in place. It's tight, but it closes that gap perfectly and symmetrically to the bottom. And I'll come around the outside and show you. Right up top there. So that's good for now. Then I can frame around it whenever I'm ready. And that's what I'll do. I'll trim these out so they're even later on. And this one, obviously, that shim sticks out more than the bottom, more than the top. It's gonna stick out more than the top anyways, but I want it at least flush with the rest of the frame. And then I will make a nice little box frame around it. But it's gonna be a lot more airtight in the meantime. I just wanted to give you that update with what I've done. All right, I've got those three in as well, and those are gonna open outward from each other instead of inward. I figured that'd be a better cross flow option, and I'll give you more updates as we go. All right, so those windows are in. Took a little convincing to get the top and the bottom right the way I want them. I see some dripping from up there, which means some of that snow that was too frozen into ice to melt is now melting because I've got the top covered and heating up, but it does mean it's getting a little water down on the floor, but I'll get that cleaned up. Anyways, I put this shim in and it was tight, so it took some convincing to get it just where I want it, and now I'm going to put some screws through on just the center window because everything else is tied to each other pretty well. Got a 3 screws from that side, 2 screws from this side. So the outside windows screwed in, top, center, bottom, top and bottom. Then from the middle to the outsides is going to be all toward the middle, kind of in between the, let me see if I can line this up, in between the screws from the outside. And shimmed at the top, and then I'll frame, you can see the light between there, I'll frame here and around the outsides between the windows and around the outside. That way nothing's coming in, like you can see that light through. And over here it's the same thing, so let's walk around and just give you a quick look at the outside. And of course it's not the finished product, it's all dirty. This window hole I have to do to make bigger. And then from the outside over here, let me push that out of the way. That's what I had covering that area. Now I don't need it for there. Still need it for other stuff. But that's that. We get further away so you see what those windows are looking like. Still have to do the ceiling / roof on the other side, but that's what they're looking like over there. And then springtime I'll do some windows up top, and that'll bring in a lot more natural light. But for now, it's there, it's done, and at least the windows on this side are in. And eventually I'll do a frame around the outside and then shutters, functional shutters, so that I can close them up and protect the glass and have a totally dark area inside. But that's where she's at for now. That frame is just right. I could have left a little more space for shimming, but ended up being okay. I mean, it's the first time I've done this start to finish, so I'd say I'm happy with that. Then on the opposite side of this, it'll be 2 windows that are taller and not as wide as this set of 3, but wider than just the 2. And I'll need help for that because they are one piece and that is going to be really heavy. So, but I've got handles on them right now screwed into the sides, so we'll get those in some point when I've got help. But for now, at least it's starting to get dried in bit by bit, and that's the update we've got. Thank you. Alright, so these windows, that one I gotta clean the runner a little bit down at the bottom, but yeah, this one opened all the way just fine. It opens to perpendicular to the frame, and then they've got pull down screens. The window in the middle is fixed. These are all double pane. With these screens, they pull down and then they lock down, and then they just let's see if I can do it one-handed. Okay, so they lock themselves down, and then you pinch this. You can see there, you pinch that and it releases them. So it's a two-handed activity. Then they just sit flush to the top, and you can see why the other one's all hard to open, because he's been sitting on the ground, got some mud and bugs and stuff in there while they were sitting on the ground through storms. So I'll get those all cleaned up and lubed up properly. Like I say, these are double pane windows, really nice. This was an awesome gift, and just follows along the lines of the design of this build. Is just to have it be, you know, no or low budget, and so far that's been able to stick to that. So here, these windows have been a gift. Oh, good, be able to clean that spot too. These windows have been a gift from someone who was changing theirs out and just getting rid of these. So, you know, it is possible. You got to watch for it, but you can find things like that if you take some time. These just came out of a nice house a while back, and now they'll be in this nice area for our family, and much loved and appreciated. With a little TLC. Now you can see the dual panes here, maybe. Let's see if I can see it on this side. So this is the outside, and then the other side, you can clean in between them. Just slide these out all the way around. There's 4 on each side and 2 on top and 2 on bottom of those latches. That just locks them in place and keeps it double pane. Anyways, you just roll that in, slide this down, that locks it so that it won't roll out on its own. And again, the blinds, the screen, bug screen, just pull that down, locks itself down automatically. Gotta pinch those to slide it up, and got one each hand. That'll slide right up to there. It's totally awesome. Tucks out of the way so that when my windows are clean, you can see a bunch there, but when they're clean, then you have unobstructed, beautiful views that aren't sitting with the screen hiding the birds in the garden, since that's the garden area right there. So anyway, this one you can see that's as far as it's gonna open there. So I will worry about that later when other stuff is taken care of. Put some dried up dirt down under there. that's secured. So, and this window over here does the same thing, but it has a fixed screen. So it opens with this. Unlock here. Open there. So which way do I roll it? That seems to close. So seems a bit tight there. See what's going on. Oh, it's frozen. It's frozen shut. So I'm just gonna leave that. And I'm sure in the future you'll see how it works properly. Anyways, not worried about breaking the window now just because it's frozen. That's it. And then the other one that's gonna go out front, that opens too. It has the dual plane, but it doesn't have the screen in it. So might have to make one. That's fine. And then those two that are over, that go in this area. Let me see. They are over here. And you can see this is how they've been sitting. So it's a problem. But if we look around the back here, it's so this one opens and I think the other one doesn't. Let's see. Let's go around the other way and look. So I've got them covered by a different window. Yep. So the one on that side, which will be toward the front door of the cabin, opens, and the one on this side does not. Those are double pane, and they do have the pull down. Well, this one has the pull down screen, the one that opens. The one that does not open does not have a screen or a need for it. And so that's, you can see the handles on there. So I'll need some help and do that real slow when I'm ready to put that one in. But I might wait a little bit. But we'll see. When I get it in, I'll let you know. But that's going to go in this side right here, in that frame out area. And then I'll get some more natural light up top later when it's warmer. And so that's where we're at. That ceiling's done. Gotta get the other side in. Gotta get a circular saw so I can cut out the bigger hole to put that window in. And from there it'll be make the door, close the gaps around the ceiling and the walls, and put in the permanent floor for the loft. And that'll be how she sits for a bit while I get to studying. Anyways, let's get the ladder over here and get you some daytime view of what's up top. And I'll have to put, when I make some stairs, then I'll go ahead and make a rail up here so that whoever's up cannot fall. I'll make a rail and a gate. But for the meantime, with those gaps, at least to get some natural light. And that's something to keep in mind. I might want to frame up some sort of way for that to stay like that. But we'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Then of course I'll frame around all the seams, all the corners. Okay, yeah, so there's the heater, just that one. This one's not doing anything. Guess none of them are doing anything. But I'll be quiet, see if you can hear the rain up here. well, maybe not too much. It's pretty slow right now, but I'm looking forward to getting that other side done and tar paper up so I can get to studying, because the rest is all just details. So that's the bulk of the important stuff, so I don't have to be worrying about the weather. So I've got to get this side ceiling in and tar paper up, and then I've got to get that window frame cut to size and the window in, and then get that window that I just showed you in place, and that'll be easy. Just need an extra set of hands to get it over here. And then last thing will be to build the door. And what I'll end up doing is leaving that tarp where it is until I get the door built, because then this area will be functional and protected from the weather. Put the dustpan there, see if it'll catch the drips and that melting snow up top, because I covered it last time. It had a snowstorm, but before it stormed, the wind blew quite a bit and it blew the cover all the way off. So you can see that it's covered better, like you saw from that other point of view. But these are the boards for the loft. Let's see, it's covered real well now, but I hadn't pulled this down as far, and it was mostly on the other side, and then the wind blew it off all the way and busted the fence over there to the garden. So I'll have to make a new bit of fence there and make something nice over there. Oh, there's some robins. See if you can see them. There's a robin. There we go. Few little birds. A couple of robins in the tree there. But anyways, got a bunch of things to do, so I'm going to get to, and I'll get you updates as they are available. Thank you so much for joining me and for hitting that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. I've had a few new subscribers this week, and just want to say thank you. It means a lot. So appreciate you enjoying what I'm showing and being willing to share it with others, and like it, subscribe it, hit that thumbs up, and help me to share my experiences and share what I'm doing to put a tally up on one more item on my bucket list and hit a whole bunch of first time experiences. So thank you much. You'll see me next time.